like how I know I'm gay, or like what's wrong with being straight. So, and it's a favorite of a lot of people who are close to me. So. Yeah, okay. For every person who ever asked me how we fuck, thank you. For being honestly interested in how two goddesses create universal truths between their curves. For every person who ever asked me what it tasted like and I said chicken, thank you for responding as if I was serious. You made my day. You see, I don't mind being your gay ambassador. It is my duty to man the front lines and convert you into loving the touch of a woman, but I don't have to force you. By simply asking questions, you've expressed interest. For every person who told me that they couldn't do it, but to not spare them the details as to how it could be done, thank you for proving to me once again that lesbians are the shit, and you wish you could do it like us. For every person who tilted their head slightly every time I explained the anatomy of two girls in love who just can't seem to get enough of each other's lips, take that as you will. Thank you for blatantly telling me that you wish you could know what it felt like. For every person who asked me how I knew and I simply laughed and said, trust me, I know. Thank you for trusting my judgment. For every person who seemed surprised that the sex is actually much better than the porns make it off to be, thank you for asking me if I learned anything from them, and thanks again for seeming even more surprised when I told you that I learned it all in kindergarten circle time. For every person who said that I was missing something if I didn't have a man, thank you for gasping when I showed you what you were missing with the flick of my hand. I don't mind being your gay ambassador. I will teach you all you need to know, young rug muncher. For every person who wrote notes to me in Latin class about whether drunkenly kissing a girl made them an inhabitant of the dark side, thank you for making me laugh and believing me when I said you were gayer than I could ever be. For every person who stereotyped me as butch, thank you for the strange looks when I showed you my Victoria's Secret panties. For every person who asked me to join him, thank you for crying when I stole your girlfriend. See, I don't mind being your gay ambassador. It is my duty to show you your options. I'm simply facilitating discussions, and by you asking questions, I know I've got you hooked. For every person who asked me if I believed I was born this way, thank you for abruptly turning the other way when I told you that I started spitting game to the female nurses in the room directly after I popped out my mother's womb. You see, I don't mind being honest with you, filling in the loops and stretching the truth depending on my mood. I don't mind being your gay ambassador because I would rather you ask questions and make assumptions about how it all works. And for every person who pointed out others to try out my gaydar, thank you for realizing that my gift isn't like test driving a car. For every person, every somewhere in between lesbians on weekends and holidays, thank you for celebrating Thanksgiving so that I could kick it at your all-you-can-eat buffet. I really don't mind being your gay ambassador. In fact, I look forward to your ignorance. It tastes so good, like chicken, every time I hear it. For every person who ever convinced me that it was just a phase, thank you for letting me prove you wrong when you walked in on me doing something you never thought I'd enjoy. For every person who asked me if I think I'd like hell, thank you, but that will make me kiss and tell. I will not redeem myself by confessing to breaking rules because honestly, I really love the way she grooves. I don't mind being your gay ambassador. Ask away. I'll be more than happy to convince you to stay. Sway your vote to the side you're really made for, and give you the answers you always seem to think for.
Yeah. You are like 6.